Hey, and welcome back to my channel. I got a comment request on these arm covers for a full tutorial. And take this guy off. So it's been a while since I have put this on there. You see it's starting to get a little worn. I'll probably throw this in the wash to bring it back to life. But before that, I'll just go ahead and make myself a new set and show you guys the full tutorial. Okay, first thing you want to do is go ahead and measure your armrest. So mine here sits at about 12 inches. It's about 3 inches, so I'll make it a 12 by 3. The first one I made out of the Bernat velvet. I used the black one. Today I'm going to use the purple one so you can see a little better. I'm going to chain until I get to the 12 inches that I was looking for. I chained up 32, it hits the 12-inch mark, and then from here you chain 1 and go back across with half double crochets. I'm going to go ahead and chain 1, and I'm going to half double crochet. You can go into the tops of the stitches, and that'll be easier. But whenever I do a half double crochet, you're not going to go into the first one, you're going to go into the second one. I usually like going into that back, like these are the tops. If you turn it to the side, it's this back stitch right here. It can be tricky to get into, but so you pull up a loop from there, and then you pull through all 3, and that's a half double crochet, and that leaves these top stitches looking nice and pretty on the bottom. A half double crochet through the next one. So yarn over and then pull up a loop and then pull through all 3, and then I'll meet you back at the other end once I've gone through all of them. The next thing you want to do is you chain 1, turn your work, and then you're going to do half double crochets across the tops here. So yarn over, go into that last stitch you made, pull up a loop, pull, yarn over, and you're going into the tops now, so go through both of those, pull up a loop, pull through all 3, and then keep doing that until you get back to the end, and you're just gonna go back and forth with half double crochets until this side is 3 inches. I have made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're about 3 inches. So now I'm going to start my next set of rows. Chain 2, you half double crochet into that same stitch, and then chain 2, half double crochet into that same stitch, and that's going to create kind of a corner there, and then you're going to do half double crochets around this edge. When we get to the other edge, we'll do half double crochet, chain 2, and half double crochet in that same stitch, and it creates that corner there, and then you just keep doing that until we meet back at the other end where we will join the stitches. Once you've done your half double crochet all the way around with those chain 2 on the corners, you're going to join back at that first chain 2 that you made. Do a slip stitch, and then from here go ahead and chain 2, half double crochet, half double crochet in here, and chain 2, half double crochet into that same corner stitch, and then you got another corner there, and then just continue doing the half double crochets for another round of that. Okay, I finished up with my second row. I'm going to go ahead and do one more row of half double crochet and test it on my armrest to see if it fully covers. I finished up with my third row of half double crochets all the way around, and then testing it on the arm of my chair. Make sure that it fits across the top there, along the side, and then around the back. Now that I have my rectangle finished, I can cut my yarn and tie it off and sew in the end piece. For the string, I cut 3 pieces of yarn that I'm going to braid together and made sure that it is long enough to cover the whole piece and then have a little extra for tying at the end there. I'm going to go ahead and make a knot at the end here. I'm going to stick it in a drawer and I'm going to start braiding. Here's my knot. Here's my drawer. Stick it in there. I can take the pieces and start braiding them down. You also can just skip this part and use one piece of string to thread around the edges. I just like doing this because you can change up the different colors of yarn you use. Alright, so I have my rectangle, I have my string. Like I said, you don't have to braid one, you can just get a thick piece of string, whichever one you want. And first I'll go ahead and sew in this tail and get rid of that guy. I'm just gonna stick it through some of these pieces here, hide it away, not tight enough. I want both of my ends to stick out of this side. So I'm going to pick a spot in the middle to start in, and then sew the rest of the string around the edges. The needle can be tricky. If you have a thick enough needle, it's good, but mine is not quite as thick. I'm only going to take a little bit of it in there. I'm going to start here, and then just kind of go back and forth through where the stitches are, and start pulling that through. This part takes a little bit of finagling depending on how thick of a string you get and how wide your spaces are. So I'm going to go ahead and work on this and meet you back at the end once I've finished sewing all the way around the edges. Finishing up here the last bit of my sewing. There we go. So it gets to the first one that I stuck it through. Go. And now I got 2 tails sticking at the end. Okay, now I'm going to put it on and tighten it up. You can put it on the front or the back, whichever way you want, but as you start tightening up the edges, you want to make sure that it cinches pretty much evenly around. You just tighten, tighten, tighten until it fully covers the arm. You can tie it, and give it like a nice little bow. And if you don't want anything dangling, of course, you can always tuck this underneath. That is how you make an easy, quick, soft arm cover. You can go ahead and make 2 of these, and then you have a set. Alright, have a good day!